Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! Today we are discussing Naruto and Sasuke's nerfs due to the recent events in Boruto Manga Chapter 55. I am going to explain why Kishimoto the creator has made this decision, as well as how strong Naruto and Sasuke remain. Naruto has lost Kurama, as the Nine-Tails sacrificed himself against Isshiki Otsutsuki, and Sasuke's Rinnegan was destroyed by Momoshiki as he took over Boruto's body. Now, I know a lot of people in the community are upset. Even I am, right? I even explained it in our review. But before you jump to any conclusions regarding the manga... Oh no! I'm too late! You guys already thinking the worst, aren't you?
Yo! Man them! You're pissing me off, you know? I don't know what's going on. Ah, man. You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it. Alright everyone, it's not all bad news, because I'm going to explain in this video that Naruto and Sasuke are still the strongest ninjas around. Even with the recent nerfs against Isshiki Otsutsuki, they still pull their own weight and are far beyond what anyone else is capable of. Yes, that includes the freaking current Hokage from the other villages right now. Naruto and Sasuke, they still got that drip, bruh! Drippity drip, 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 drip. They got that drip. Naruto and Sasuke got drip. Edit this out. No! I believe Kishimoto has decided to nerf Naruto and Sasuke for several reasons from a narrative standpoint. A few reasons I can think of is from one of his older interviews, where he stated, and I'm paraphrasing over here, that Naruto and Sasuke's fights became quite flashy and wide scale towards the end of the manga. The viewers going back to Boruto, where the children have regressed back to completely scaled down fights and jutsu, may cause an issue in continuity to viewers. I don't know why I did that voice, don't ask me. Bruh. Kishimoto also stated that a character's death could bring weight to the storyline later down the road that could be played out for Boruto's development. So this pretty much sums up the intentions of the creator of Naruto, as he mentioned these statements 3 years ago that the Boruto manga would need to be scaled down, and he wouldn't mind causing a death if it were to create a storyline that could have a meaningful impact to all the characters involved for a certain direction that they have in mind. For example, in my opinion, he needed to nerf Naruto and Sasuke from a writing standpoint, so the story doesn't fall into the trap that Dragon Ball has. Everyone calls out Dragon Ball for its writing device of always introducing someone stronger than the last opponent that Goku and Vegeta have to deal with. This somewhat works for that franchise, but eventually causes the same writing issue that they have to deal with. However, in Naruto, this would have gotten old even faster, since the power scaling system works around strategy, and the fans were already calling out the fact that Naruto and Sasuke are demigods that could solve any issue that the planet will face due to their immense power. Another reason why I think Kishimoto nerfed Naruto and Sasuke is because he is exploring the philosophical debate regarding technology. Now, I know at this point I sound like a freaking broken record, but Boruto genuinely is trying to hammer down the differences technology has made to the ninja society and how humans have adapted to the said technology. Kishimoto wanted to reflect today's age, where the younger generation Z would be able to relate to Boruto's character in a different manner than we did Naruto, to make Boruto unique in his own story. Naruto as Hokage has been dealing with this ongoing issue since he achieved his dream. Technology has made things much easier for a wider range of people that have not inherited the will of fire a shinobi gains through trials and tribulations per se. For example, take a look at the kote tool that uses jutsu without practice or understanding the fundamentals of chakra and ninshu. Ninshu is a concept that Hagoromo came up with, that it's something that connects all individuals and can create peace. Naruto is trying to practice that right now, but technology is kind of messing that up, right? In fact, the technology that Katasuke has created is so overpowered that it can replicate the powers of the Rinnegan or Kurama. He literally created a gauntlet that can absorb jutsu. But at the end of the day, the political debate going on in Boruto is regarding how one uses this power for good or bad, just like jutsu, right? Therefore, with Naruto and Sasuke's recent nerfs, it will create another story plotline where a vacuum of power has been established. This is because Naruto and Sasuke are not as powerful as they once were, which has indirectly helped the political agenda of other villages that want to expand or create war with their own deadly intentions. Naruto and Sasuke were so overpowered to the point that peace had to be sustained this whole time. The Boruto anime and novels literally insinuated that no one
one will mess with Konoha because these two are around that cannot be defeated. This now explains why Konoha may be destroyed in the future and the shinobi age being over, as the other villages will be informed of Naruto and Sasuke's nerf and they would want to take advantage of that. They will use jutsu mixed with advanced technology that would help them, right? Beforehand, let's be honest, Naruto and Sasuke were so overpowered they can't even be assassinated. Now they have a chance and they don't seem so undefeatable. Remember in the original Naruto, Kakuzu was sent to try and assassinate Hashirama the first Hokage, but he failed that mission. Essentially, this will provide so much character development for Naruto and Sasuke in the Boruto age, as they are adults now and we want to see another side of them that we have not witnessed before or we haven't even explored yet. This will now give the opportunity for Boruto and the other ninjas to step up and take on the mantle. They have to take on Naruto and Sasuke's Ninshu and Will of Fire per se. So now you understand why the creator of Naruto has made this decision. I honestly think most fans in the community, they cannot fathom how busted and overpowered Isshiki Otsutsuki was. The dude literally broke the power scaling meter in the Naruto universe. I'm being serious. This is because Naruto and Sasuke were meant to be even stronger from their peaks that they displayed in the Valley of End at the end of Shippuden. This is a Naruto with 100% Nine Tails chakra instead of 50% that he displayed against Kaguya and Sasuke. And even at 50% it seemed endless. So imagine at 100% with Baryon mode. Isshiki technically was still putting up a fight against Baryon mode mate. This is also a Sasuke that has mastered Rinnegan and the entirety of every jutsu it possesses with immense chakra control. No wonder the Boruto manga wrote that the only way Isshiki Otsutsuki was defeated by Kaguya was because he got caught off guard. There's no way he would have lost to anyone else. I'm not even gonna argue and start a 5th shinobi war up in this bitch in the comment section explaining how Naruto and Sasuke didn't use any of their most powerful jutsu in their arsenal against this dude, because I'm gonna wait for the anime to adapt this shit to make it legit flames, like, you know how I say it, fire!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What?
Isshiki Otsutsuki is beyond Hagoromo the Sage of Six Paths level, like way beyond. So I am going to do a future video with Ian from Naruto Explain in a collaboration, going into detail regarding why we both believe this and have this opinion. We will break down Isshiki's powers and his feats. So you must hit the notification bell for our channel and like the video to support us. Please show us interest that you want us to cover this topic in this collaboration, because we feel like it's a very important subject to address in the community. By the way, we also have amazing Naruto merch on sale with 15% off. Thank you to every single one of you that have supported us. The discount code will be in the pinned comment and description. And this video is sponsored. I'm sorry, but you know, that's how man makes his bread. Okay, so before I can continue the video, I have a very important announcement to make. Crunchyroll has sponsored this video. They are giving away a free 14-day trial of Crunchyroll Premium to anyone that signs up at crunchyroll.com/animeballsdeep. Check the link in the description and pinned comment. Now, I'd appreciate if you guys can help by signing up and getting something in return, because you know, at this point, who doesn't know what Crunchyroll is? Who? But we all know, with the recent events of illegal sites being taken down, it's even more important that you have access to your favorite anime on multiple devices such as your mobile, PS4, tablet and PC in full HD. Crunchyroll has the episodes only an hour after they have aired in Japan with English translations. I have been signed up to Crunchyroll Premium myself, and at this point we are being so spoiled with how many great anime is out there. Crunchyroll has a few that I personally recommend, such as Attack on Titan, Black Clover, Shield Hero, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, Mob Psycho 100, My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter, and let's not forget Naruto! There is so much content here that will last you for years, and by supporting us, then that supports the original creators as they get a cut. So sign up at crunchyroll.com/animeballsdeep. The link will be in the description and pinned comment for a free trial that will give you access to all your anime needs. Now let's move on to explaining how strong Naruto and Sasuke now are. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a power scaler. Man's not gonna give you a 25-minute long ass video explaining every little tidbit of information, but I do want to say a thank you to Ian from Naruto Explain for helping me out on this. I might as well give him a shout out and help his channel even further. Let's start with Naruto. Even though he lost the Nine Tails power and fundamentally its chakra, Naruto is still in fact pretty OP, and I would say he is still the strongest human in the series right now, stronger than any any current Kage. Naruto's chakra without the QB is still incredibly immense. I'm sure you guys are aware, Uzumaki clan members are blessed with strong life force and a lot of chakra. On top of that, it was said that Naruto's chakra reserve was at least 4 times greater than Kakashi, as we were told in chapter 315 page 11. We all know Kakashi is one of the GOATs of the series and is well respected. This is a man that went toe-to-toe with Rinnegan Obito and has one of the most insane feats of any elite jonin we have seen on screen. He was in the entire war from the very start with multiple battles spamming Mangekyo Sharingan abilities. Kakashi even became the 6th Hokage worthy of the mantle, and here he is in the middle of the series when Naruto hasn't even hit his peak, stating that his chakra is 4 times the level of an elite jonin like him. Now let me give you a basic breakdown. Chakra is created when 2 more primal energies known collectively as one stamina are molded together. Physical energy is collected from each of the body cells and can be increased through training, stimulants, and exercise. Spiritual energy is derived from the mind's consciousness and can be increased through studying, meditation, and experience. These 2 energies becoming more powerful will in turn make the created chakra more powerful. We are told Naruto became even stronger after the war with his training, but slacked off only after he became the Hokage. However, the difference is that Naruto's chakra control is also much more refined now, and he can perform jutsu with less consumption. So we can use basic guesstimation, if we don't exaggerate, that Naruto must be at this point of time at least 6 times the levels of Kakashi's chakra by now. He is 32 years old at his absolute peak. Now, thanks to this large chakra reserve, he is capable of conducting a large-scale clone training that would otherwise be too dangerous to a normal ninja due to the division of chakra. But this isn't a drawback at all for Naruto. To illustrate the sheer chakra power Naruto alone holds, let's look back at the fight against Kurama when he was trying to capture the Nine-Tails chakra. This battle was a pure tug of war between Naruto's chakra and Kurama's chakra. With just his own power, albeit with the help from Kushina, his mother, Naruto was able to overpower Kurama and successfully take his chakra. During this fight, Naruto was able to produce a large multitude of shadow clones, like hundreds, and use the Rasengan with all of them. Like every single one of them had a Rasengan on, so they all used Rasen Shuriken to finish off the fight with chakra to spare. This is absolutely insane and already puts him above the level of any Kage we have seen in the Boruto series. If we look at a more recent feat of Naruto, look no further than Momoshiki's invasion. The other 4 Kage, despite putting up their best efforts, they were still struggling to fight toe-to-toe with Momoshiki. A transformed Momoshiki, which is essentially 2 Otsutsuki power levels combined, one-shots all the Kage instantly, right? Naruto, on the other hand, without Kurama active, was still using taijutsu to fight him one-on-one, tanking multiple punches and then activating his full power once Sasuke arrives. Not only that, Naruto simply channeling his chakra into Boruto's vanishing Rasengan, turning it into a massive giant Rasengan, was one of the reasons he could finish Momoshiki off, even though his Nine-Tails chakra was drained from him earlier on. Boruto even comments like, "Bro, my dad, he's so awesome. Naruto's power is so immense. What the hell did he have to do to get this strong?" Bruh. However, with that said, even with his crazy chakra reserve, there is still a jutsu like Rasen Shuriken which can cause problems. Without Kurama, he can still use it, but with a limited amount of times. But to rebuttal this, Naruto has mastered Senjutsu. In chapter 412, we are told that Senjutsu can only be learned and mastered by someone with an enormous chakra reserve. This is due to the fact that the users would be immediately overwhelmed by the natural energy and permanently transform into an animal. But luckily, our boy Naruto was able to perfectly balance his natural energy with his chakra, thus becoming a perfect sage. By using his Toad Sage mode, all of Naruto's physical abilities and ninjutsu are enhanced. I don't need to explain that shit. Not only that, by adding Senjutsu, Naruto was able to nullify the self-harming drawbacks of using the Rasen Shuriken, allowing him to maintain the shape after throwing it like a projectile, thus preventing damage to himself. With this jutsu, Naruto can cut through anything. It was initially limited to 2 Rasen Shurikens before his Sage mode ran out, as we saw in chapter 433. This limit was increased during the Great Ninja War in chapter 614. Naruto was able to become more efficient with Sage mode and the Rasen Shuriken, producing up to 3 Rasen Shurikens before fatiguing. Mind you, this is all without Kurama's chakra and just his his own with Senjutsu. This already puts him way above and beyond any current ninja we have seen in Boruto. I mean, do I have to mention Konohamaru again? Case closed!
Know your fucking place, trash!
This brings us to our next point. Does Naruto and Sasuke still have Sage of Six Paths mode? Well, I'll be passing the video on to Yusuf, and he's gonna use our balls deep anime bullshit degree science, our balls deep prediction jutsu, freaking every power that we have in this bitch. Yusuf, take over.
Okay, Adil, so yes, let's answer the question. If Naruto and Sasuke still have the Sage of Six Path mode? Well, technically speaking, if you are following the original rules of Naruto power scaling, then yes, Naruto still has this mode. A lot of people in the fandom get confused between the 6 path Senjutsu and the 6 path Sage mode. We have to wait for Boruto Chapter 56 to confirm this and understand what Kishimoto will decide, because maybe he forgot. I may retcon it to further the plot, but we all know what we will end up saying, right?
That don't make no sense!
Anyways, let me get back to the point. One of these modes actually require all 9 Bijus, effectively becoming a Jinchuriki for the Jubi, while the other one is given by Hagoromo. This mode is pretty much the maxed out and heightened version of the Sage mode, and it increases Naruto's Senjutsu ability along with increasing all of his jutsus by feeding it a larger amount of natural energy, making it stronger. His sensing ability also becomes more OP, allowing him to sense and react to invisible shadows in the world of the Limbo, as we saw in his fight against Madara. He also can sense anyone in another dimension, but somehow Naruto's sensory ability got nerfed against Isshiki because, you know, he became atomically small, and how that makes sense is mind-boggling to me. But basically, when the 6 path Sage mode is used in tandem with the 9-tailed chakra mode, Naruto's already established abilities are not only augmented, such as his jutsus like the Rasen Shuriken, but he also gains new skills such as the ability to levitate, as well as becoming super fast enough to even catch Kaguya slipping. Plus his endurance and durability also increases exponentially, since he was able to take a hit from a Chidori in chapter 695 and escaped almost unharmed. Naruto can use the 6 path Sage mode in his base, and it doesn't require the 9-tail to be used. 6 path mode does not require any Biju chakra at all, which is actually even mentioned in the 4th data book. In fact, just in its base state, this Sage mode allowed Naruto to take on the 10-tailed Jinchuriki Madara. Like legit, OG Madara was having troubles keeping up at first. My man Naruto was so fast, he was able to smash the truth seeking balls in no time. Minato needed a flying thunder god to do that shit. Naruto rushed an orb and kicked it away to save a Guy Sensei like it was a nothing. Naruto also managed to slice up the god tree with this mode. That means if Naruto still possesses this basic 6 path Sage mode, he is still capable of cutting the god tree in half as he did in Shippuden. And to top all of this, Hagoromo, before leaving in Manga Chapter 692, also stated that Naruto will be the placeholder of all the tailed beasts from now on, noting that after the war, Naruto contains a tiny piece of chakra from every other tailed beast, on top of having the united yin and yang half of Kurama. And he proved this against Delta, that he's still using the power of the other tailed beast, with his Rasen Shuriken being of a different nature of lava. This proves that Naruto was not only using Kurama's chakra, but the chakra from the other tailed beast. And the thing to note is that in the Shikamaru Shinden novel, it says that Naruto housed part of the abilities of the Sage of 6 Paths, and Naruto proves in Boruto anime that he can still communicate with all of the other tailed beasts, as he was able to hold a conference with all of them. And the only thing we don't know is if when Kurama died, did all of the small traces of the Biji chakra burn up with Kurama because he oversaw the sanctuary, as in chapter 692, Hagoromo stated that Kurama and the 9 tails will take on that role. However, even before this assignment, Naruto did actually possess some of the chakra of the other tailed beast, and it wasn't really because of Hagoromo's intervention. So even without the 9 tails, Naruto should still possess some of the other tailed beast chakra, and should be able to use it to manipulate his own chakra release, adding different natures to his abilities. So with his crazy chakra reserve and the 6 path Sage mode, along with the addition of the other tailed beast chakra in him, how can you not say Naruto is still not OP? But in my opinion, I have a strange feeling that Kishimoto will say Naruto and Sasuke will not have the Sage of 6 Paths power anymore, because as Adil explained in the start of this video, his whole plot device was to nerf them. They have had this power for over 16 goddamn years and lost it. Sad time. Naruto and Sasuke we know are dead.
Y'all killing me with this. I can't help 30 years. I'm
Robert.
30 years of my career.
Okay, with that, let's move on to Sasuke. Many may assume that because Sasuke no longer has his Rinnegan, I know I said it right this time. Don't try it.
No.
Rinnegan?
Boy, if you don't.
He also lost all of his jutsu that made him the powerhouse he is, but that's not quite the case. Sasuke still has his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. For instance, Sasuke can still use Susanoo. Remember, Sasuke originally awakened it in both his eyes, meaning that even if he loses one, the ability is not lost. The condition for unlocking Susanoo are that you have to awaken Mangekyo Sharingan in both eyes. It doesn't require that you have to always have it both open, or always have both of them. It just needs to happen once at some point. And besides, Madara did it with no eyes, so Sasuke could even be blind and he wouldn't lose it. And even without that fact, Shisui did it with one eye as well, so we know it's absolutely possible. But what about his other dojutsus, like his Amaterasu? Well, Sasuke actually holds the power of Amaterasu in one eye, and that's the eye that's still functioning. Every time he ever manifested Amaterasu and manipulated the shape of the flames, he always used his right eye. For example, we see Sasuke use it during the fight against Urashiki when he goes bird mode, and he also did it during his fight against Shinochiya. Essentially, Sasuke's left eye wasn't actually mandatory. You know, that was until he got the Rinnegan, of course. Now, believe it or not, Sasuke losing his Rinnegan may actually not be a bad thing. In fact, it may have made him stronger in some regards. For instance, Sasuke no longer will have chakra issues. Remember how we criticized the Boruto anime back when Urashiki was still a thing for constantly nerfing Sasuke when the plot called for it by suddenly making Sasuke out of chakra? Well, now they can't do that shit. Once this gets animated, we better not see no more of that, because there's literally no reason for it to happen. Using the Rinnegan does take a massive amount of chakra. Like, Obito could only use one dojutsu at a time, you know, since he had the Sharingan and the Rinnegan, but he couldn't use them both at once. He even admitted he couldn't handle the chakra strain of 2 Rinnegan eyes, so he only kept one. And Sasuke had even a stronger Rinnegan than that, so imagine the strain this puts on him. It wasn't as bad as the anime made it out to be, but it still counts. It was so bad that Sasuke lost the power of his Rinnegan twice in the war. The first instance was during his fight against Kaguya, and the second was in the fight against Naruto. But this issue could actually be solved so easily. Sasuke's Rinnegan can actually absorb chakra, but he never once performed this in the Boruto anime or manga. I don't know why.
That don't make no sense.
But now that Sasuke no longer has his Rinnegan, he should be able to use his chakra a lot more freely. Because, you know, addition by subtraction and whatnot. But the downside is he loses the power boost that his Rinnegan gave him. But Sasuke did pressure Urashiki without using it. I mean, his S-tier jutsu named Kirin is what ultimately did the job. Urashiki was only able to face plant Sasuke into the ground because he was too low on chakra reserves, which we can actually thank Studio Period for that. But don't worry, Sasuke is still formidable without it. And now we said time and time again that Sasuke's Rinnegan uses a lot of chakra. Well, this drainage is actually because of the mix between the Rinnegan and the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan that he has, along with the most fundamental point that he couldn't turn his Rinnegan off. Because of that, he had to keep his hair in front of it to stop it from draining his chakra, as it would drain it constantly otherwise. Kakashi actually originally done this trick earlier with his left eye by covering it with his mask. It was so that he can lessen the chakra drain. This is what Sasuke did as well. But regardless, the Rinnegan is always draining his chakra. That's why he's always running on empty. All in all, Sasuke still has full Susanoo, Amaterasu, S-tier Genjutsus, Kirin, all Chidori variants, all fire release variants, and much more. And let's not forget, Sasuke did join the 4th war without using his Rinnegan, so basically just imagine that. That's the Sasuke we now have in Boruto with peak chakra control. This should basically give you guys the sense that Sasuke is still stronger than any other Kage and ninjas beside Naruto. And most importantly, what made Sasuke broken and OP wasn't just his dojutsu, rather it was his Batman looking ass, his sexy looking ass hair. Look at that hair though, if that's what takes the cake. Seriously though, what made Sasuke a formidable shinobi was his high level IQ. His intelligence is far and above the rest of the shinobi in the Naruto universe. Obviously apart from Shikamaru and, you know, all the other big brains. But Sasuke, in the terms of battle IQ, bloody hell, this guy is it. Like looking at his fight against Isshiki, he masterfully broke down what to do to safeguard the village, using Boruto's Kurama as a gateway to help them in a dire situation they were in. His battle IQ in general is off the charts, being drained out, damaged, and even half landed by Momoshiki whilst in Boruto Naruto's body, Sasuke was able to figure out and come up with a plan to subdue Momoshiki even at a huge disadvantage. And let's not forget that Isshiki blamed Sasuke's Sharingan for being the problem and did say that Sasuke was a bigger target than Naruto. Sasuke has the brains and tactical advantage over any other ninja. This dude can still kill anyone he wants to. Imagine Madara Uchiha with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan essentially. So basically without his Rinnegan, Sasuke can still perform high class dojutsus with his EMS. My man Sasuke is still the big brain he always was. Alright, I hope we explained how Naruto and Sasuke are still broken. If you guys do want us to go deeper into what exactly the Sage of Sixth Path gifted Naruto and Sasuke with, and if they actually would still have it in a separate video, make sure to smash that like button and let us know in the comment section below. With that guys, we'll catch you guys till next time.